Hello, my dear friends. Good morning and good evening. Warm welcome to one and all of you to this session where we are discussing about various nomenclatures and attributes that are helping mankind. And without a doubt, I can tell you that these are some of the sessions which money cannot buy, right? You definitely can pay and go and attend to sessions, but they will be focusing on a broader area where you either improve in your communication skills or presentation skills, or yeah, you become a very good programmer, or some main line of aspect or attribute that is connected to take you towards a professional angle. But then these are the sessions where we are dealing with various attributes, the nomenclature towards leading a successful life, not just a wealthy life, but a kind of a healthy life in terms of mindset, in terms of your attitude, in terms of your belief system, in terms of many other things which the world tends to ignore because either they have not understood the values of these attributes, or maybe the world is moving so fast that people don't have time to halt and analyze and introspect and cleanse their system. In yoga you call it as calming down. You close your eyes and you take a deep breath, you inhale, exhale. Probably it helps only for that moment, but moment you come out of that room or at that session, immediately you're back to the normalcy, you're back to the same old life. And it's exactly what we are trying to deal here to help you, and yeah, just to get you on the successful side. All right, now today we are going to deal with another important topic, and a very famous topic, a common topic. It's called as mood swings. You might have already guessed with the pictures that we had put forth. Mood swings are going to be one challenging area where every mankind is struggling, right? You're not able to predict certain things. You're not able to assume or presume, right? Why? Because mood change is so inconsistent, it's unstable, unpredictable, that you're not able to adjust to what your spouse is expecting. You're not able to kind of cooperate with your boss what he needs, and your co-workers. You're not able to do a kind of a predictive analysis, and due to which many people end up in various problems. And this becomes one of the very, one of the, if there are top 5 problems, probably this will rank number 3 or something like that. Very, very important. In today's session, we will keep it short and crisp. What we are going to deal is the basic definitions, the root cause, the reasons why such mood swings basically exist among the mankind, and why it is becoming a challenge to address these mood swings are the various things which we will discuss and contemplate together. Basic mood swings, the basic definition is it refers to the rapid changes in mood, right? And the term may refer to the minor, to the minor to the maximum daily mood changes, or to significant, the largest extremity of the mood changes, as seen with mood disorders such as major depression, medically speaking, or bipolar depression they call it as, right? Because of the habitual distress a person is going through in life, consistently, not periodically, consistently, that leads to bipolar depression, and due to which no one is able to predict that person's nature of mood swings. Mood swings are also called as, like, it can occur in women who suffer from kind of premenstrual syndrome, or premenstrual dysphoric disorder, right? You don't get menses on time, so therefore what happens is stagnation of your hormone, which is supposed to get released, and the secretion of this hormone happens, and due to which there are mood swings. You will especially find this behavior difference among the teenagers who have just gone into maturity, but even in the mid-aged females this is likely to happen. Okay, and that's one of the reasons. But the other reasons, as I told, it could be a kind of the The status of your brain, which really went through so many periodic changes or depressions, and unfortunately they end up to be like this. All right, so what can cause mood swings? There are more than one reasons that can cause mood swings. I did a lot of research around this, and I'm going to kind of lay down certain, top 10 or top 15 reasons among the mankind who belong to either the same category or who belong to different category, either same profession or different profession. It doesn't matter. But these are some of the common observations basically the researchers have done, and I try to buy that idea and present it to you. So they can occur due to mental health conditions, which I already discussed in the definition. We have explained in the definition. Hormonal changes is explained, and substance use problems, in the sense certain medicines you take, for example painkillers, it can change the behavior of your brain, right? For example, there are certain painkillers which actually makes that pain that travels to your brain numb. That specific area will become numb, due to which there will be certain changes in your behavioral pattern. That is also possible. Are you taking some medicines on a long term? It does have an impact. So that's exactly what you need to watch out. And mental health conditions, many mental health conditions can cause severe shifts in mood. And mental health conditions could be from childhood or could be interim. Maybe some people go into certain depressions after marriage and they don't have a good healthy relationship with their life partner. There could be many reasons. Or after they get into parenthood, their children are not able to cope up in certain areas of their life, academic life, or maybe they got into bad habits, and parents due to they tend to get into the mood swings. And hormonal conditions about which we discussed, I'm just walking through the checklist. What are the reasons which contribute, right? Now hormones can also cause shifts in mood, is what we have already discussed. I won't get into it. And PMS, premenstrual syndrome, about which also we discussed. If there is any delay in the periods of 1 or 2 weeks, or some people even skip periods, women, and that leads to a lot of mood swings. In that interval, you will find their behavior is really peculiar. They'll get scared of unnecessary things, worried about unnecessary things. These are the things which we need to watch out in our children, in females especially, right? And the next category is over stress. You are given a kind of what is an objective or a goal by your boss, and you don't have the necessary resources, or you're kind of brought into stress. In the pandemic situation, many people work from home, and due to which what happens is they don't tend to see the outside world. They don't take regular breaks. They don't go for walking. They don't tend to do many things which they used to do at their office space, right? And they end up in stress, and due to which there is a huge increase in divorces. Husband and wives, they're not able to cope up, and many family went into quarrels and fights and stuff like that. This is what had been witnessed in the last 1 year as a trend analysis. And the next category is psychiatric issues. People get bad dreams, about which we spoke in other sessions, right? Or people are really scared of many things went bad for them in the past, and probably they assume their future is also going to be like that. Or anything that they get into, they always tend to take it in this sense that, oh, my past was not good, therefore my future is also not going to be good. Psychiatric issues, that's a mental block. Many people have this mental block, and due to which also mood swings can happen. And next is like during pregnancy, there is going to be a tremendous hormonal changes in the body of a female, and that especially the last 3 or 4 months, it's going to be really massive. And husbands, please take good care of your wives and tolerate with them and stuff like that. These are some of the major reasons, mostly to do either with your health, the physical anatomy, how the nomenclature works and functions, or it is to do with your habitual practices as far as your mental health condition is concerned. So if you could watch out on these areas and give due attention, you need medical attention or you need mental health attention, take people to psychiatrists or counselors, or you become the counselor, you support them, you kind of give them that confidence that yes, it is possible, we will fight it together, you're not alone. That is what ultimately you need to convey. Husband or wife or children or parents, whoever it may be, old age people also can get into this problem. And that's why it's important to always have that good relationship, that rapport within the family. And also at workplace it happens the same way. A person who's not having any confidence in his profession, it is a job of a manager or a mentor to basically work with that person and ensure that the necessary confidence is instilled in the mind. It's all about the mental health condition at the end of the day, right? What could be the possible examples of these mood swings? That's a very important thing to analyze. I don't have too many things, but I will just give you the top two, three examples. Mood swings are characterized by a drastic change in emotion from one side of the spectrum to the other side. How it happens? For example, you begin your day all well, but then one nasty incident, for example, your boss is worked up and he's blasting you. The mood immediately changes, right? As much as you were happy when the day began, you're not expected to be happy anymore because something went through your ears and traveled to your brains and to your heart. So you're worked up, and some people may even shut down their system and go home because they are not having any mindset to work anymore, and therefore they go. That's possible. For example, again, if at one moment you're freely going about your day and the next moment you're suddenly upset, irritated, or feeling hostile, then you may suffer from mood swings. And for many of these incidents to happen, there need not be specific reasons, right? That's the sad truth behind this mood swings. They may not have anything concrete, they may not have anything solid, yet the mood swings will be there. And that's why I connected it. It could be a health condition that you're going through and it needs attention. What is moodiness? What are the symptoms of moodiness? Mood swings and moodiness, right? Moodiness is always grumpy and lumpy, all the time. Mood swings is sometimes you're happy. Most of the times you're happy. Sometimes you tend to go on the sad side, right? But the moodiness is always that grumpy thing. Anything happy you tell also, they will not be able to laugh, right? Mood swings can occur as a or moodiness can occur as a symptom of psychiatric issues. And personality disorder, there is another term given. Personality disorder happens because some event which this person had gone through during their teenage life or childhood life got registered in the inner core of their heart and memory. And especially memory, brain has certain memory areas, memory cells. It's not easy to erase. And what happens is, in the dreams or any other incidents correlating to that incident will trigger this point, will trigger this problem, and immediately you will see their face changing, their face getting pink or red or pale, and all of a sudden you may go berserk. I didn't do anything. I got her ice cream and I took her out, and suddenly she started behaving like this. Who, your girlfriend? First of all, don't go alone with your girlfriend anywhere. It's not a good practice. You can meet in your own home in front of your parents, nothing wrong. Anyway, I'm not getting into that privacy. It's between you and your parents. But then if you have this practice of always bunking classes and taking your girlfriend and touring and all that, that's a different thing. But here we are talking about quite a different thing. What is that? It's suddenly a person immediately will see a change in the face. That's because the personality disorder, right? Or you can call it as a dual personality. It's not about somebody getting up in the sleep and start to walk. That's not what I'm trying to say. Those are all different disorders, but this personality disorder is some condition that is pre-existing will trigger because some incident which is tightly coupled with this pre-existing disorder will be activated, or it will be connected, tightly coupled, right? It's like a medical condition that directly affects the central nervous system. There is a central nervous system, and through which all the messages and signals are passing to the body. It's almost like an electricity, right? It's a static force, right? It works. Our body is like a university. You need ages to study that. It's wonderfully made, such as dementia, brain tumors, meningitis, and stroke, brain stroke. People who have this symbol of brain stroke. Couple of my friends passed away due to brain stroke, and one of them I know. That person will never be consistent. I will be talking something, he will be biting his nails, and he'll be looking somewhere. Their mind will be somewhat in a disturbed and a shaky state, filled with too many things and too many memories, and they will not focus one thing at a time. And very dynamic, very brilliant. But then he passed away. Yes. Other person happened to be my friend's husband, and while he was driving somewhere, he got a brain stroke, and then hit the transformer and he was dead on the spot. So very sad situations. And the reason, if you dig and see the root cause for the brain tumor, either of these reasons could be the root cause. Some people ask this question: why am I always in a bad mood almost all the time? Right? I'm awake for 16 hours, almost 16 hours I'm in a bad mood. This happens because of specific reasons, like, people with anxiety, and depression, right? um, and bipolar disorder or post-traumatic stress disorder. There are so many reasons where you will see, people are having these kind of disorders, and all can be attributed to the bad mood, right? Often when a person, it's called as PTSD, right? Post-traumatic stress disorder. And often when a person feels angry, see, why am I talking in all these medical terms? One reason you should be aware. Second is you research in Google and you correlate it with everything. Is not possible to be covered in such short sessions, right? You research and analyze who you are, whether you have such problems. Take some medical attention, and don't ever think, oh, I'm a candidate for psychiatric or what, and so I'm a psycho or what. Nothing like that. All of us have this medical problems. Many people live without being aware, and they die in difficulty. They live in pain. Living in bad moods is not going to cause any joy, neither to you nor the people surrounding you. You spoil the atmosphere. Do you know that? 10 people joking and enjoying jolly good life and humorous, one person, lumpy and grumpy, and walks out the spot. It disturbs the remaining 9. Yeah, why you want to do that? Often when a person feels angry, they are reacting to external stimuli, which is causing an internal feeling of shame or guilt. Yeah, that's one of the reasons where you will see some people always be, and they are offensive people, right? And about which we did another session. Why not to be offensive? It can only, spoil the atmosphere, and it can only spoil your character. People will always start ignoring you because you will be a spoil sport, and they won't gel with you. You will end up in loneliness, and your end state is going to be even worse. So it's not good, right? Now there are a few tips people seek, or you might be seeking for. How do I stop emotional outbursts, and what is the best way to do? There are more than enough number of ways, but then there are top 5 or 6 ways, right? Name your emotion, for which you need to do a proper analysis. You take yourself to the side, right, in a private place, and analyze your emotions in a specific day. How many times you have got into a emotional outbursts or offensive problems? They would have told something casual, but you took it so very personally, and assuming that they were only talking about you. Not need not be right necessarily. It need not be about you all the time. So name your emotion and then see what best you can do about it. And next thing is, listen to your thoughts, the passive thoughts, the inner thoughts. Your heart will always speak the truth about you. Therefore, you need to pay attention to those inner voice and don't ignore. Do not, saying that, that's not the truth and all that. No, you're fooling yourself. You need to consider your weakness, because you are the best judge to yourself, and you are the best person to identify and analyze, and you know the real who you are. You don't need another person. You don't even need a doctor. You are the doctor to your own self, and you can handle it with care. You're going to be that healer to your own self. That's quite possible, and these are the tips which you need to follow. Listen to your thoughts, listen to your own instincts. And thirdly, connect every situation to the most meaningful way of diagnosing, the meaningful way of concluding. Unmeaningful brawls, unmeaningful quarrels, and misinterpretations, misconceptions, these are all unmeaningful. And when you analyze even the meaningful or unmeaningful incidents, you will be easily able to connect it. Why the emotions arise, and due to which I got into, mood swings. It is quite possible for you to get into some sort of clarity. Fourthly, change your thought process, in the sense, see, this world expects every one of us to be changing and dynamic. Why? Because one person is not like another person. All of us are unique. Our eyes are unique, our fingerprints are unique, and our thought process are unique, right? We need not be same like others. At the same time, we need to understand we need human beings to support each other, right? We all live in the same world, and therefore we need to ensure that we get that some sort of cooperation going on, coordination going on, for which you need to sometimes lower your egos, lower your standard, and you need to change your thought process and get adjusted. Not saying that you should always either live in the narrow minded or you should always be broad minded, compromising your instincts. Not like that. Find a balance between these two is what we are trying to say. Lastly, you decide to act or you let go. Anything in between these two always will lead you to mood swings. About let go, I've done another session. You go through it. Decide to act, being decisive, certainly. See, you firmly feel you are right. Stick to it and ignore the other person. Don't keep on rewinding the tape and getting into confusions. Um, was I right or was I wrong? Or why are you getting into that debate time and again? You have decided, you have been decisive, right? Therefore, you stick to it and stop it there and leave the topic there. Bury it. uh, Dig 6 years, 6 yards grave and just bury it in your mind. Don't go and dig in somebody's land. Not like that, right? Virtually, you bury it. How do I see? We have discussed about how do I stop emotional outbursts. Emotional outbursts is one area which leads to mood swings, and I spoke very, very specifically about the emotional outburst which leads to the mood swings. Now, how do you deal with the actual mood swings or a common nomenclature, right? That will be the last topic, and with that we close. Because mood swing is like a versatile horizontal thing, and there are areas like emotional outburst, offense, defense, egos, taking everything very personal, and sensitizing character, very sensitive. Somebody will be talking something somewhere, some 10 meters, you will be more than sure to assume they are talking about me only. They are sarcastic. Assumption, living in assumption. These are the verticals which connect to the mood swing. One vertical only I was able to analyze, which is called as emotional outburst, and that's a very important vertical to tackle. That's why we took that as a case study example. Like that, you can start analyzing because you know about you better than me. So you sit and analyze. I just gave you a method to analyze. It is going to only help you. How do you deal with mood swings in general? If somebody asks you this question, how do I deal generally, right? You need to learn ways to control your stress. Stress can be handled only with one principle, one mantra, one formula: let go. You forgive because you are not a perfect human being. So was somebody who insulted you, hurt you, annoyed you, whatever. It may take some time, take a week, take a month also, but let go. But don't take anything more than that, because it will only take you backward. But in that interval, you may end up in bigger brawls and fights. It can make only things worse. So don't get into all that. Okay. Keep a journal. We keep always telling you this. Keep a journal and start noting down your pattern. End of the month, note it down in an Excel. It gives you a beautiful what is a graph, and see the pattern. How many times you went up and down? How many times you are consistent? If it's a straight line, it's a consistency, right? So you need to have this kind of journal analysis to analyze who you are. You go to the psychiatrist, that guy also will do the same thing, or he will ask you to do the same thing. He cannot, the psychiatrist cannot come after you with a journal and start making note of things, right? So you need to do that anyway. And the next thing is practice healthy and sleeping habits. Healthy practices like sleeping habits and having good nutritious food, or taking some regular breaks, or you have good friendship, good friends, top 2 or 3 friends, right? You have a good networking, connecting with people, watching some good movies that relaxes your mindset. Not Don't watch any horror movies while your situation is already horrifying, right? You need to have little common sense also. So these are the things which we can tell you, right? And another thing is like get moving and let go. Both goes hand in hand. You let go and don't sit there. You let go and also you keep moving. You start traveling forward in your life. And these are the methods through which you will be able to see a lot of changes. And there are a few other things like, you need to avoid caffeine, alcohol, drugs. These all have the bad chemicals which induces the chemicals, and it spoils the brain functions. Your situation will get even worse. It gives you numb feeling. It gives you some sort of alternates. Some sort of alternates is what is I can think of as a right keyword for temporary time limit, or time frame, temporary time frame. Once the defect is gone, what happens? You become an addict again. Alcohol. You will not have time to think and build the real, or be the real who you are. Please get out of these habits. It may look as a very good additional supplement or even an alternate, but this is not going to solve the problem at all, right? Especially when it comes to eating and sleeping and exercising regularly. These are all some of the things which you need to keep doing. Sufficient sleep, I already told you. Practice relaxation. I told you multiple ways to relax. Some people, alcoholism itself is like a relaxation. That is not relaxation. That is only like you are hampering your own system. You are not allowing your system to function in its orderly fashion, in a natural way, in God created way, but rather you are disturbing it, thinking that, oh, when I take alcohol I'll feel literally okay. No, no, no. You are kind of camouflaging your functions, brain functions. You're only causing more stress, you're causing only more damage, and your end state will be really worse than the state it was in, formally it was. So, and the last thing is, express yourself and talk it out. This is what many psychiatrists keep telling to the people who go through this mood swings or moody behavior, right? Talk it out, express. I don't have anybody to express. Fine. You go to the toilet and express to yourself. No problem. Look at the mirror. You want to cry, weep loudly. You do it in a private place. You finish it there. I said, right? Let go and keep moving. You just throw it out of you, express it, and then you keep moving, keep moving. Life should carry on. At the same time, you should carry on without that burden in your heart, without that garbage in your heart. All right, this session is coming to a close. I hope you uh, took some, there were some takeaways, you had some benefits, and there were a lot of things which you were able to learn. Please comment and subscribe to our channel, get access to all our videos, playlists. There are so many sessions we have done like this, at least 35 sessions you can find for now, and we will continue to do more. You have any specific topics, let us know. We will always be glad enough to help. All right. So if there is any other need, please WhatsApp us. 9902212152 is our WhatsApp number. God bless you. Stay safe. These pandemic times, follow all the protocol. Please stay safe.